makes glass art?
It's a beautiful art form. It's a three-dimensional art form.
It's a very seductive material.
It adds a lot of life to a space.
A lot of paintings are just, you have a one-dimensional, you have a ceramic that's is a three-dimensional, but the one thing with glass, most of it is you're able to see through it as well.
Historically, it has been a craft. It's been a real struggle to kind of get glass known as an art.
The way it's created, you're dealing with the raw element of earth. You're dealing with the flame, the heat, and that's one of the mystiques and one of the magical qualities of glass.
Someone not having grown up with a lot of glass art, I think that what I've come to appreciate is that any piece of art, whether it's glass or not, I think it just is, how does it make you feel when you see it? How does it make you react? And also, how does it liven up a space? Hello, I'm June Lim, and we're here at the J. Morgan Gallery here at 1650 The Alameda in San Jose. The gallery actually came to fruition just this past summer of 2007. We started getting our first pieces in, and then we kind of had an opening in the fall of September, October of that year. And we've been fortunate to have several events and have guest artists such as Peter Leighton from Great Britain, Afro Ciletto from the Murano district in Italy. And artists have been very gracious and generous in coming here, and we plan some more this coming year. And I want to give you a little bit of a history as to how this all came about. The building itself is a remarkable gem in San Jose. It was built in 1910. The architect was Julia Morgan, and the owner-builder at the time was James Pierce, who was apparently an executive for a large wood mill in the area. They lived in here for probably about 15 years, and then it was sold to another family, and we know that there was a Campbell family, the Campbells, a Lutheran church, and then Zimmerman, who was a chiropractor. In 2005, my husband and I, Bob Cullen, acquired this building, and this began a good nearly 2 years of renovation because it was just very tired and very sad in many regards. During that process, I learned of the name of a gentleman who I needed to check on the leaded glass in the structure. His name was Mark Walton, and he did work for the Winchester Mystery House. And lo and behold, they became one of our first tenants here. He and his brother, Kurt Walton, started the Art Glass Quarterly magazine. And through that, they interviewed local, national, and international glass artists. And they were on probably about their third issue when we started talking just for fun about, wouldn't it be great to have some of the work here? And lo and behold, we started the J. Morgan Gallery. Well, we have some amazing pieces in the front room here. Peter Leighton from Great Britain. So most of the pieces surrounding the room are his. He is a really amazing individual. He's very charming, very witty, and we had standing room only when he came here about 12 weeks ago in this little place, and there were about 70 people here. But as you can see, he has an amazing approach to his glass. Here you have a few pieces that are more in the gold and warm earth tones, and then over here we have more of the ocean colors. He does have a lot of people that really follow his work. This wall piece is done by a local artist, Kathleen Elliott. She actually lives and works in Campbell. Can you believe that this is all glass that you're viewing here? Everything, the stems, the leaves, the fruit. This is her forte, and it's just amazing. She did this custom piece here and also across the room just for this area. She saw the room and just really wanted to do something special in here. She has quite a following on the East Coast, and I think it's probably because of more of the New England feel to some of her early pieces. This particular clear piece is one of my favorites actually in the gallery. It's by Eric Hilton, and he is actually a master artist for the famous glass house Steuben. He has a certain level of artistry that is unbelievable. If you look at this piece from different angles, it just takes on very different character, lighting. It just has a depth to it that's really quite remarkable. The mermaid piece is by John Mulkins, and actually he's a local Bay Area artist up in the North Bay. He has a couple pieces elsewhere in the gallery. Really remarkable fluidity to that piece. I just think you just stare at it and you just think those mermaids are actually moving. These two long neck pieces on the landing are by Afro Ciletto, who is from the Murano district in Italy. And he was out here visiting, and I know he did a demonstration for Baggy a couple months ago, which was very well received. All four of these pieces are by Rick Satava, and he is probably most well known for his jellyfish. I think the Monterey Bay Aquarium probably put him on the map with the jellyfish. And then he's ventured into different vases, which have some really vibrant colors. So I think you can get really lost in looking at any of his pieces. That's by Rick Strini, who was in Santa Cruz, had a studio there for many years, and now has recently moved to Maui. But I know he comes back and forth a lot. And here we have a couple of panels by Jane Tivell. She's a local artist. These are really fun because they catch the light and really just create feeling and mood. Well, here we're now in what was the master bedroom of the house, and this is primarily the gallery, and it has most of the pieces on display. And we're very fortunate to have a lot of, again, local, national, and international artists represented here. You may not love every piece that you see or you come across, but it is going to definitely evoke some response. You're either going to say it's something I could definitely see in my home, my environment, or you kind of just admire it because it's unique and different. You don't have to be an expert to just have it evoke some kind of a response, and I think that's what's fun, is there's something for everyone. And I think I've definitely learned since having the gallery here in this space that it adds a lot of life. Whether it's your style or not, it definitely adds a lot of character, a lot of just life to a space. I can't imagine now not having it here because they all have such unique personalities. When a piece gets purchased or leaves, you know, I kind of feel like, oh, wow, I really miss seeing that piece.